Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and it's Friday. Yes, we've got the weekend, Labour Day sales and all the rest of it. I hope everyone's going to have some awesome fun. Right, the last of my personal haul. Oh, it does make me sad. But this is the little Alfie hat, which comes with all of those bits and pieces. And I've already done all of my die cutting, so it's just going to be a matter of putting it together. So I'm just moving that out of the way, and then of course once we put it together we can measure it. So just keep shouting at me through the screen and I'll remember to do it. Yeah, because I'm always forgetting. I just get carried away. Right, I'm just moving some of my die cuts out of the way here. Right, sharing with you what you get in that die set. You get these leaves, and I hope that my camera is not playing up. So I've cut those twice. I've cut them in light and in dark. You get a little berry set, and all I've done is cut that in red. If you wanted to chop off all of those berries and pop them back onto green stems, go ahead and be my guest. And then you get a little sprig of holly, which I've done in a lighter green. And you also, whoops, a daisy. You also get a piney branch, which is this one, and I've also cut that holly in a darker green, and I've also cut the piney little bit in a darker green as well. So you can see I've got a nice little arrangement of things going on there. You also get a candy cane, and I have cut that twice, so just red onto white cardstock. So I've got that. I've got a little twinkly wand, which I think is so sweet, and I cut this in white and gold foil cardstock so that the top of my wand is a twinkling. So we've got one of those, and then I did 3 lollipops. I've done them 2 in red. I'm just going to pick them up because you know I've got no nails, so I have to go underneath everything, and I've already glittered them up. If you can see that. Oh, I just dropped one. Let's get close and then move away. Ah, there we are. Ooh, I wonder if my camera settings, hang on a second. Oh no, my camera settings are where they should be. Isn't that weird? Well, anyway, I have sparkled them, and all I did was like twirl my glue around on the white bit and put my glitter into that section. So I did 2 in red, and I've got a little yellow one. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? All loaded up with its sparkly stuff. So we've got those, and then it comes with a jingle bell, which is the bell, and then you get the band in the middle as another add-on layer, and it also comes with a little bow, and I cut that in red. So these are all of the pieces that you get in that set, and I'm just going to scoot these down here, and I think that's absolutely fabulous. Now for the brim of the elf hat, I've done it in yellow cardstock, and I've used my gold pearls. So that's what we've got there. I tried to be organised, you see. And then for the top, just shaking off any bits of excess glitter, is the base of the hat. So I've done it in heavyweight cardstock because I haven't decided yet if I want this to be a tag, a little easel card, or whether I just want it as a card topper. So I'm just doing it as something in advance. And then for the top of my hat, it's going to be pink. I thought, why not? So I'm going to glue my pink down onto my white base. This does come with a border frame as well, for if you're doing a larger card you can add the border. Now I could, you know, absolutely go ahead and cut another one at a later date if I wanted to have an edge on it. So let's do that. You could make this into a shaker as well, just by cutting the shape down into a piece of cardstock and then putting all your layers underneath. Right, white, so we are now pink on top of our white, and that is now nice and solid and sturdy. Now my idea for this is that I want foam tape underneath the brim of the hat. I think it's called a brim, I'm not sure. And I want it elevated, but I want everything coming out from there. So I'm just going to rest it there for a second while I grab my greeneries, which is what I want at the back. And I want to guesstimate the height of those. So that's basically about where I want them. So now all I'm going to do is do my flower arranging into this section. And I might want a little bit coming off the edge of there. I'm going to go there with that, so that we're overlapping dark onto light. You can just see how full this is going to be. And then once I've got my bits basically where I want them, I've got that, I'm going to add some dabs of glue, and the rest is going to be held down by the foam tape. So I'm only going to need to dab glue in a few areas, which I'm hoping is going to be a little time saving. So I've got that little arrangement there, and I'm going to add some glue now before I put anything else down. And for me, this reminds me of those Christmas ornaments that you can get. Now what I do is I try to be heavy-handed now, and I just go down. There you go. And everything's held in place, and you can just put a little squidgy of glue just to hold your main pieces. So just go underneath the leaves, and then I'm going to go underneath that lollipop. Do you see what I mean? We're just holding down the pieces where we know we want them to be. Because when we put the foam tape down on the brim, I'm going under there, it's going to hold everything else. That one's not quite down yet. So a bit more. I know people stick things down separately, but you don't always kind of like get things where you want them. So I kind of like to be a bit random like this. Right. And then I'm going to glue my jingle bell on next while I've got it in my hand. I've had great fun this week using my haul, because I really like it. There. Just make sure you've got your bell layer on straight. Just going to move that around. There we go. So now we've got our little jingly bell, and I hope my camera's not all blurred. And now I'm going to pay some attention, I think, down here, and just put a couple of drops of glue, just in case that holly decides to go for a walk. Everything's popping up, so just going to hold that in position. Now I do know that I want my sparkly ones pretty much in the middle, so I'm going up with quite a bit of glue there. And you'll notice as you start to put your things together, I might go in there, is that all the extra bits of glue you're adding are also gluing your other layers. So as I was saying, you know, what you want is pretty much staying where it needs to be. I've got this lovely candy cane, and I think I'm going to have that one there. So there's quite a bit of that will be hidden by the brim of the hat, and then I'm going to go much higher with the next one. go there. And then I've got berries, so you can see just how nice and full this is going to look. And it really does remind me of those little ornaments that you can buy that are chock full of little bits and pieces. And then we've got our pine, and I want this, I think I want this piece closer to the top. I'm trying to think. I want to stick that into there, but I don't totally want to cover my twinkly star. So I'm going to have that one there, and then I'm going to have this one, I think, behind my berries. Either that or in front of them. I'll have a bit of both. I'll go in front and I'll also go behind. So I'm going to go there. So that is an awful lot of stuff that we've just loaded onto there. Oh, I need to get a good camera angle. So we've got that totally loaded up, and then the next thing is the foam tape. So we're going to do the brim of the hat. I'm just going to pick it up. So we've got this, and we're going to put our tape on there. I'm using Dollar Tree foam tape. If you can still get it where you are, then you should, because it's probably the best price that you can get anywhere. And then just, you know, bend it back on itself. The nice thing about foam tapes is, even though they're sticky, until you absolutely push them down, they don't have to be permanent. So I'm going along there. And then just line it up with the edge, and then pop it down. Then everything else should be underneath your lovely little hat. Get my bits of glue off. Ooh, there we go. And that's what I've got for you today. My totally fully loaded Pixie Elfie hat. I just absolutely love that. I think it's brilliant. And of course you've got room for a sentiment. Oh yes, I do. I love that. So that can go into my little Christmas box, ready for making a Christmas card or a tag. Because to do a tag, all you've got to do is punch a hole. But what a wonderful tag that would make. Now I did say right at the beginning, keep yelling at me so that I measure it. So let's flip it over and measure it. And let's get the ruler the right way around. Yay! Right, we are at 4 1/8 high. What it would be with the border, I'm not 100% sure. And I'm going to say just slightly under 4.5 inches wide. So I just love that. Ooh, that makes me happy. Now some of these gold dots, I could actually put a few more gold dots onto there, and I probably will do that when I put it together. Right, I thank you so much for joining me. Do have an absolutely fabulous weekend, and as usual, all links below. Bye.